Hi everybody, it's Edgar here again with another video on the Horde of the Board channel. Um, I'm very busy getting ready for Essen. I should have filmed this in the weekend, but now still have some time. It's 2 days until I'm leaving for Essen early in the morning, and I'm so excited. I really am excited because I was mildly excited at first because the games that were coming out, and then I found more information about games, and now it's sky high. I'm getting goosebumps. So, um, I promised you guys for a video of my no, not of my like list. And maybe my maybes. I'm not gonna do the maybes. I'm just gonna do the likes. Maybe touch on a few of the maybes at the end of the video. So stay tuned. If you go like, hey, where's my game? And maybe it's not even on one of those lists. But you have to wait to find out. So without any further ado, let's go to the list. I'm going to go a little bit faster because I recorded this before, but it was like 2 hours long because I kept ranting. So let's go and check out some games. Uh, for this one, this is a small little game called Agent Avenue, 2 to 4 players from Nerd Lab Games. Um, it's about like a competitive card game with bluffing. And the set collection, and it has these anthropomorphic animals. I really like the cover, for example. It's really cool. And from what I could tell, it's like you have uh, oh, there's like a how you win. Oh, there's like a win condition card. Uh, you have to play cards these they have these stats. I don't know what they do. Maybe it's for movement because you also have like a board, and that board you move along that track. You have this little board. It's a couples, family, and kids game with a team variant uh, with 3 to 4 players. Because it's a two-player game, but you can play it with teams. So uh, let's go back to the game real quickly. You have to also have to check whose role is who because the roles are secret. Um, a strategy, lighthearted competition. Uh, yeah. The game ends when a player successfully uncovers their opponent, combining both strategic depth uh, and bluffing elements. Oh yeah, that is Agent Avenue. Next one is Arcs. Arcs is a game that is hyped. If I go to the BGG list, so here it's like an 8.3. It's very hyped, very high on the Essen Spiel list. I think it's maybe number 2 or something. It's in the top 5 for sure. Um, it's a game that combines this area control, a little bit of area control, I think, with these cars that you're gonna uh, you're gonna do a little bit of trick taking, and then also doing the things that's on the card. But I think the person that wins the trick does something extra, and you're on this board. There is also an action that you can say like, "Hey, I'm gonna score on this round for this." To be a warlord or the time tycoon or the keeper, and have, for example, this one is captives return in cleanup. So you have the most captives return in cleanup, you win this one. I don't know if these are like the points. I think maybe it's harder to be a warlord or a keeper. I like the board. There were some things about iconography a little bit, um, but this is a very hyped game. I wouldn't say it's for X game. You have these dice that look very nice. Uh, you have these minis of wood, and yeah, that is you try to get most points, or the most points if you end the rounds. I don't know how many rounds there are. That's how you put like ships and stuff like that. Is with a trick taking element. Um, And yeah, so you try to also do some area control, I believe. You have Arctic. That looks like a nice little game. You move across the landscape and spot animals. Create a pile of animal cards in front of you. The card on the top of your personal pile is your visible animal card. Um, each time you place an animal on your pile, you take a maximum animal power card from the center, or whoever has it, and then you can use that power. When your deck runs out, you finish the round, then place cards one more time, then score points. For each animal, you score points based on the largest set of consecutive cards of this type you have in your pile. Each set you completed also score points. Uh, and you score also depending on a token that you get. So you have these animal cards. Looks very nice, very colorful, very clean with the white border. Uh, from Ludonaut. First you add cards, then move the animal token across the Arctic landscape, and draw as many cards as the indicated value. And then you have some scoring. Sounds like a simple game, and that is called. Oh no, it's Artico. It's not Arctic, it's Artico. So, oh wait, that is a different language. It's called Arctic. Next game is Around the World in 80 Days. This game caught my eye because it's from Looping Games, 2 to 4 players, and it's a game where there's not many pictures. There's just basically the Spanish cover. Well, there's also like here the English name on it. Or maybe this could be just a placeholder cover. Um, and you only have like 3 pictures. So this game is you have these cards. So these cards have, for example, if you have this card here, I don't know how you get the cards and how you play them, but this like is like a railway, so you can use it on land. I think this one you can use like I think anywhere. It's a balloon, and I think you also have boats and stuff. And you put the cards on a map, and you draw this line. So the thing is that is the length that you can draw the line. For example, this ship here is only this small line, and you can see that. Oops, you can see that. Is there another picture? Yeah, you see, she put the line, and she squiggled it. I think the map's gonna be bigger. I think this is just out of proportion, just to show you how it works. Um, so yeah, I think I think this is your own personal map. So everybody's has the same world map. You have to go around the world. So from London to London, and then also there are like these areas which I don't know what they do, but yeah, quite interested in this game. So you're trying to be the first one to reach the finish line. So if you look at the description, there's not really that much. So you also face unexpected adventures, but you also gain prestige at the Reform Club. Mm, price, distance, and duration. Does that mean maybe duration is like, hey, if I put this one, I have to skip a few turns because it goes really far, but it takes a long time. Um, Not sure. Uh, you should have cash for your journey, so you cannot play the cards willy nilly. I mean, there's some cost here, like 5 money, 12 money. So yeah. Uh, I'd be curious how many times you can use the cards because maybe this is like 2 times used and this is 6. Not sure. But that is Around the World in 80 Days. The next game is Atlantis Exodus. And this one's from DLP Games. 1 to 4 players. There's not many pictures. Oh wait, there are more pictures, but not showing here. So I don't know how this plays, but the thing is, you are. I think this is your own player board. The tiles that you win, you can put, I think, here. And this is the big player board where you put workers. And so the thing is, it's like an innovative rotation mechanism. Once victims have to face constantly changing conditions and adjusting their own strategy. Uh, Atlas X presents the player kings with the challenge of rescuing as many citizens as possible before the impending downfall. So the thing, I think the board just rotates. Going back to the board, I think it looks really flat, but I think this is just like a computer designed illustration. Yeah, that is Atlantis Exodus. Don't know much about it. Not much sure how the mechanics work. But that's Atlantis Exodus. So Canopy Evergreen. There was a game called Canopy before. I think it was a game that was on my list at some point because I think it went to Essen, but I'm not sure. I think it was at one of the Essens that they had the Canopy game, and it just passed me by for some reason. Uh, so the Canopy Evergreen takes turn. You select cards from the forest for the from the tree growth pile. Each time you look at the pile, you may select it and then add those cards to your rainforest tableau. So it's like a tableau builder, and we turn the pile face down, adding one additional card to it. So I think the deck will become bigger. So the people that are going last, they're going next, will have more choices because some cards are going to be added. Uh, you must search for the plants and animals that will benefit you. As men within the flora and fauna are dangerous in the form of fire, disease, and drought. Oh, after 3 seasons, the player has grown the most bountiful forest wins. The thing that I like is the artwork from Vincent Dutray. Uh, and someone's gonna call out like, "Hey, you didn't say anything about the other artists." It's mostly because I'm trying to get through it. And the thing is, I can recognize Vincent Dutray artwork. I think this is your own player board. Not sure. These are like the cards, and these are the tokens. If this is like really wood tokens, it would be really cool if they are printed like that with the vibrant artwork. So yeah, I see also here bags. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, oh, here you put trees. I think everybody has their own player board. So yeah, that's on my like list. It looks nice. Was that a? That's a bird. So yeah, it's very colorful. Iconography is great. Graphic design is great. Curious about this one as well. Then the next one is Chandigarth. I hope I'm not butchering it but I'm trying. Not to butcher it, but I try to pronounce it. Um, so here you're trying. It's a city building game in which takes place in 1951 when the Indian government commissioned the renowned architect Le Corbusier to design a new capital for the state of Punjab. So you take the role for urban planning. Uh, you move architects, put buildings out. It's in a grid form. So I like the art, by the way. It it reminds me a lot of Three Ring Circus, of that art. The boards are a little bit simple. I thought there would be more like streets drawn in between. I know you put these styles out, but like you do in Zombicide, if you put streets together, they just match. They could have done it here. I don't like the purple edges. mm, kind of like disconnects me from the whole city thing. But for the rest, it looks nice. I think these are like statues or something. And these are your architects. Yeah, these are like your player boards. You can attract, I think, these for extra for certain powers or abilities that you use the tokens for. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah, it looks really nice. So that is Chandigarh. Next one is Chance for the Old Ones. Chance for the Old Ones is a game where you try to summon your old one, and as soon as you summon your own old one, you win. Uh, your cultists and infiltrating the cities of Arkham, Innsmouth, and Kingsport, performing sacrifices, recruiting cultists, and summoning creatures to invoke the old ones on the watchful eye of Caesar's researchers. Build the first cult, be the build the first cult to summon an old one and start the new era of glory. Sorry about the nose. I think it's maybe some kind of allergy, but it's also a bit cold. Um, so you are. Maybe I will pause the video just to put the heat up. These are like the cards. I really like how the cards look. And uh, yeah, this is the cover. Looks really nice. From Invidar's games, I think. From Invidar's. There's a Yig. There's some things how to score. The thing is that you also have like your own player board. This is the big player board where you put your workers. You have two of them. I think you can unlock more of them, but you have two. And you can go to these different places or the different places where you do the summoning. They look great. I like these little buildings where the tentacles come out. They're so awesome. And these also I also like. It's like because it's like one is a hand. Oh, one is a hand and the other one is a tentacle. And yeah, you have some buildings here that you can use as soon as you unlock them. I guess. Oh, and it looks really nice. And the insert and it has an insert. So yeah. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be hard to when I get the games that are mostly on my need list. That's gonna go like, hey, want or like because they fluctuate. So yeah, I'm curious. Then we have Chaos Cove, and Chaos Cove is a game about. It's a uh, it's a worker placement. You have different. You have like three workers characters you can that have specific powers. You go to the map. You can fight off. You can get some extra stuff to power yourself, and then you can attack like pirates on the sea side of the board, or barbarians going from the land side of the board. The thing is, this is an unneeded table hog because you have this big board and you have this board, which is basically the same thing as what's here, but then with like what all the buildings do. That could have been like maybe symbols with less text because I think that's the text. Wait, is there a picture of the yeah? So tavern. They could have put it smaller and just on a big board because hey, um, this is just where you put this stuff. I guess you could call it a player aid, but I think it's like really big, and it doesn't look like a player aid. I'm not sure. But here you have the wooden meeples that you have these tokens that tell you what they do. Sorry. And they have this part is where the sea battles go, and then you can get some rewards. and the other side is the land. I think, yeah, here's the land. Oh, no, that is too big. Okay, so that's the only thing I know about it. It's a 2.33. Uh, 16 heroes in the box. Uh, so you can also erect mighty forts, deploy rugged ships, and hosting epic rum-soaked celebrations. That's how you get points. So you have the interplay of hero placement and location leads to extraordinary interactions that position you for victory over the relentless pirates and marauding barbarians. So that is Chaos Cove. Other one that I think is out already a bit, but it's new at Essen, is Cities from the VA Games. Now this game, I think this game will go far because of like it still has depth, but the simple design of it. So you're putting a city together. Basically, if you look at there's the cover. So you see a lot of cities in here. The cities is just different point systems in the game. So you can choose which city you're going to build, and that one you put here on the top of this board. They have scoring for the end of the game for everybody. Everybody can score them if they meet the conditions. Then you have, let me see if I can. So you see the other boards. There's Lisbon, Buenos Aires, Mexico City, New York City. I think there's maybe two more. Um, so you have this big board, and you're gonna draft these. You're gonna draft a few things. In the middle, if you put a worker, you draft these stuff. So here, there's one left. Here on the top, you can draft endgame scoring. Here you can draft little tiles that you can put here. So here, bows and stuff like that. Because some cards will give you points for that. And I think it will give points for themselves. And here you draft these buildings. Depending, they go out of a bag, they put here, but you have to place them. But for example, here you only have now place for a red. Here on the back of this one, sorry, I just kicked. There's a blue and there's a red here, and there are two yellows. So there's no green. So if you get a green, you have to put it back in the bag. And the thing is, you can only go to these spaces a certain amount. So you can only go to this bottom row maybe one or two times, depending on if you play a two-player game. If they play a two-player game, you have more workers. The thing is, if you already have like two workers here on the bottom, then the next person can go like, hey, I'm not going to go here because you cannot go there anymore. So I'm going to go somewhere else and then do one of these things. I really like it. Then you have these scoring cards where it's like, hey, for like, uh, you have to make tall blue buildings and stuff like that, and those kinds of scoring. So that is cities. The next game, oh my god. I think just because I like a game doesn't mean I'm ever maybe going to buy it. It depends. If I find a group that's willing to play this game. But for now, it's not in the running because honestly, it's a Stefan Feld. It's called Civolution. It's about an hour or more to teach, and it takes 90 to 180 minutes, maybe longer. And it's a table hawk. So this is a civilization game. You're playing actually as a student at the cosmic faculty of the technical. No, you're at the Technical Academy of Creations. That's it. And the cosmic faculty has delighted to welcome you to your civilization. And this is an exam. So the person that has the most points uh, gets to uh, pass the exam, and you you're trying to prove that you can manage and grow a civilization. The thing is, look how big this is, and this is one of the. This looks like one of these big garden tables with a cloth on it. And I think they even put two together because I think I see a wing here. I see a fold here. And maybe three. I don't know. This looks so big. This is so big. So this is the main board, where you're gonna mine, getting put civilization up and stuff like that. And here you're gonna do the micromanaging of your civilization. It uses dice. So yeah, the whole turn. So there's some tracks here. I know that the whole turn order is here on the right. So you see it here. There's a whole turn order that you go to with this thing, which I think it makes it manageable to do a turn. And then do this, and then you go like, okay, so these trigger in those situations in that order, and yeah, that's it. I'm actually curious about this system, to be honest, and how it works. So yeah, that's Civolution. Then we have Concilium Urbis, and Concilium Urbis is from Paralocal Games, 40 to 60 minutes. It's a city building tile building a city with tiles with game, and the thing is you also have these cards that changes the scoring, and the thing is you're gonna bid for them to be active or not. Yeah, so here you have a few of the buildings, and then maybe the putting buildings adjacent to red doesn't maybe it scores you something, and maybe it can score you more if a certain bill is passed where you vote for it. So because you have these hands and you vote for it, you have only a certain amount for the whole game. Yeah, this is the cloth bag, and these are the player schemes where you put your bids behind. So that is Concilium Urbis, and the art is nice. Now we have Cyber Pet Quest. This just came up, and I just put it here because I find it so cute, and it looks, if they can pull it off, this looks like a this is like a quest multi-chapter campaign designed for 1 to 4 players from Dead Alive Games. And the thing is, look at this box. You have these cute pets with cyber enhancements. But then, okay, you have a few people, maybe those are the designers, I'm not sure. Then also this, like you have these nice dice, little small rules and campaigns, so you don't have to have a big book to make a campaign. Uh, Especially when it's for kids, you can make it like this. Box is pretty nice. It looks like uh, one of those tiny epic games. And then you have, look, it even has boards where you can put things on top and things go up. And you have these tiles that make up like a big board where you usually put your miniatures and walk around in. So this one looks like a living room or a mall. It looks like looks like a house. I mean, and then you put it in order and stuff like that. Maybe there are more tiles, and then you go to the campaign, and uh, yeah, it looks really neat in a small package. I think this is just like one of those things that you can just bring out to a camping trip or something like that, maybe. Uh, and it looks really nice. And it's co-op. Then we have Dibs. Just as a disclaimer, I know one of the uh, uh, owners of the company, H-Town Games. I haven't played this game. I saw it at a meetup um, board game event, and it's basically trying to match what's on the dice. So the thing is, you're trying to get these cards, but you don't. I think there's something that happens when you bust. The thing is, for example, you have these dice, you roll this, and you throw cards in, and I think you say dibs, and then nobody throws anything in again. Um, but then you're gonna see if you match these dice. But the thing is, that as soon as you match, for example, I match one yellow with this card is out for that count. For example, if I have 3 yellow, then I have to check the other cards if they have one of these symbols. So they you allocate the cards or the dice with each other, and you're trying to uh, not go over it, but I'm not sure what happens when you go under it. I think you're safe, I guess. And that is dibs. Uh, Basically, maybe I forget some other rules. Now we have Diluvium from Nuts Publishing. I just put this one on because this one really looks pretty, and I'm actually kind of interested in how it works. Oh, sorry. It's been a long night. Um, so you're the leader of a power civilization. You must explore and settle the islands available to you with the goal of getting the most gold possible. So you have to explore, settle, produce, and engage. And if one of the resource pools is exhausted, then the game ends. And the person with the most gold is the winner. Sounds simple. So you have this board. I think these still have to be discovered. Doesn't look like a big setup to me. But here's something. Sorry. And here's something else. Another different setup. Not much, not many pictures. Um, there's this rondelle thing, so I don't know how that one works. Uh, and yeah, I this is I think the one of the games that I know the least about. So that's Diluvium. Dream World, an unconscious mind card game, is the card game for unconscious minds. I put this one up here because I didn't back this little small game uh, when the Kickstarter of Unconscious Mind came out. It's a lightweight card game for 2 to 4 players that plays in 20 to 30 minutes. Uh, you have to help people getting cards. You choose a dream card and simultaneously reveal it. You arrange the cards in numerical order besides the current client. The difference in the cards number and the next limits how you and the next limits how many treatment tokens you may score. Ah, okay. So you want to have gaps in the cards or card numbers. So yeah, this is how it looks like. Not really sure how it plays, but I really like the art. It's Vincent Dutray and Andrew Bosley. Andrew Bosley is one of my favorite designers. He makes the with the with the big games. This little brother or sister, how you want to call it. He made all the dream cards, and I think he's doing the same. And then for the real world and humans and stuff like that, everything in the real world is Vincent Dutray. And I like that Andrew Bosley can convey dreams that in a cool way. Look at this. Yeah, I don't like this cover that much though. Uh, it's okay. It's okay cover. Then we have Ecosphera. Ecosphera is from Julie Bird Games. Not sure why this was on here again. So it's a cooperative deck building game with different levels of difficulty that must, and then you have to that we must restore nature before it's too late. Uh, you have all the elements on the cards. That's what you use to play the game. Also natural disasters. Uh, there's also extra bits of changing cards, extra cards, and passing a card to another player. You have to get the right combination of plants, and that's how you get animals. And with the combination of animals, you will achieve biome tiles, and hopefully this will rewild the world together. What a nice little game. Yeah, it looks nice. The box doesn't look small; it looks like medium. I think this was a Spiel last year. Whoa. Yeah, this is Spiel. I don't know if I saw it, by the way. I don't even know if this was last year. No, there's well, if they have masks, if everyone was wearing masks, this was not last year. Maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Um, and these like are like the animals. They have some symbols. They do stuff. So that's Ecosphera. Then we have Endeavor Deep Sea, which is the new iteration of Endeavor. Endeavor Age of Sail was the first game. Now we have this game. And you have to dive and research stuff. Uh, so, is there a bigger board? Oh, this is like inserts. Is there a bigger board? So you have like this board, and this depends on. You can put your submarine there. It depends on how deep you dive. Um, oh no, actually you start at the top. So this is the coastline, and then you can go down depending on how far you can dive. But you have to upgrade that one to dive deeper and get other stuff. And this is like a tech tree towel, I think. So not sure what's going on with that. And you can hire specialists and stuff like that. So it looks really nice. But maybe it looks a little bit too in a more simpler way than Endeavor Age of Sail, because I played that one only once. Uh, we have Evenfall the Crystal Path. Not much known about this. This is a kind of a tableau building game where you put place of power that you acquire on your board, and the place of power you can put like a something on it, and it will trigger something on the card sometimes, or you can put the cards to your from your outer circle to your inner circle, and that's how you can activate the other four meeples that you have on the board, because you start with four meeples, and the other meeples are other witches, like the older witches that you can unlock to put on the inner circle on those cards. And you can actually put more people on the certain spots to get the place of power. There's not much about the game. I have the base game, and I'm curious what this will bring. I know it will bring more. So, where it contains two new clans, a crystal path, and many ritual specialists and places of power to explore, and a new catalyst called the crystal. Okay, and you reveal a new form of magic. Interested. Um, this just put in because, like, hey, it's a social deduction game. It looks like it's more for kids, maybe. You have to deduce who's. You have three teams, but you can be or you can be part of one of the three teams. You're either the humans or the robots or the aliens, and try to deduce that with some card play. That's Galactic Heroes. I also have Galileo Galilei, and if you look at this one, uh, it's your style with kind of a rondel. Not many pictures, but Man vs. Meeple did a video about it, so. And I think the Dice Tower played it. So you have like the main board here where you can get these stars and constellations. They usually go at certain points. And then they trigger off, I think they trigger off each other. Because I saw these uh, add another picture, I think, somewhere. But your actions also dictate what you can do depending on what you do. And the thing is, this telescope moves around, so you can move it once or two spaces up or down, and then you do the action, and you also do the action of the outer circle here. But the thing is, when you do the action, you take this towel, because these are little towels, you put it here on the bottom, and you push everything up. The only thing that is not different, I think, is this spot here. And then you also have to contend with the Inquisition. So you have the Inquisitors on this side, usually, and you have to try to push them off here. But here they are less minus points. So yeah, That is and all the people that you're playing with, they have different player powers. So this one has player power, this one has player power. So that is nice from the get go. Um, this is just like, I don't know why this came here. Nope. I'll just ignore it. It's kind of a so worker placement. That would Yeah, it's a big price. It's 4.2. Wow. Oh, this one has like the okay. This one has a nice. I just want to check it. I'm not gonna buy this one. But this one looks like very nice. You have here player boards which are I think on the mouse because this is not doesn't compute. Maybe just they stack some stuff on top of each other. Uh, oh, maybe it is. I'm not sure. So you have oh, these characters. Artwork looks great. So hybrid disordered cosmos. So I'm getting a little bit sleepy. I have a lot to do. Didn't sleep that well. Uh, Worker placement. About 120 minutes. Solo mode will be included in the Kickstarter campaign. I don't know if this is the Kickstarter version that they're selling there. Uh, so you have to put your cards like on a pantheon. They have to become real gods. Uh, uh, you you have to build technologies, accomplish quests, fight heroes, upgrade your divinity sparkle, and that's how you win the game. Uh, After 6 turns, I guess. Okay, let's see. Where was I again? I just took a little break. I just went and opened the window to get some air in because of my nose. So yeah, I think I should have some more air, even if it's cold. I think it's about dust and stuff like that. So just took a little break. Pause button uh, on uh, on OBS is cool. So oh, I'm not sitting on the right spot. I'm just doing this improv. So where was I? Oh, I was with Ice. Yeah. Uh, I put this one ignore. I don't know. It's a little bit expensive. Um, so that is from Aurora Game Studio, by the way, if you're interested. Also in Hall 3, I have a lot of games in Hall 3. A lot of the companies went from Hall 5 to. No, not a lot of companies, but Paralocal Games was in Hall 4 last year. They got bumped up to Hall 3, which is crazy. That's so good for them because the thing is, that is leveling up. uh, I always felt that Hall 4 was more in like in a corner. It's above Hall 3. But sorry. So you have the Galleria. So if you go from Hall 3 or 2 up, you either encounter Hall 4 or Hall 5. And uh, if you go to the corridor from Hall 5, the most right corridor, you can even go straight to Hall 6. It's like a little stair. And if you do, even if you miss the stair, there's a stair in as soon as you go into Hall 5, going to the right, going to Hall 6. So that's like a very easy transition. And I think a lot of people go from Hall 3 to Hall 2 and then go up. So it's still busy though. Don't get me wrong, Hall 4 is still busy. But it is compared to some of the other halls. If you compare Hall 5, if people want to go between Hall 4 and want to go from Hall 4 to Hall 6 and Hall 6 to Hall 4, because they want to go like down immediately to the upper part of Hall 3, because in Hall 6 they want to go completely left and then south, they usually use Hall 5. So the southern part of Hall 5, and now where drifting off to what this video is about, like the lower part of Hall 5 is basically a corridor that is busy because people are using that to pass to other parts. And especially in Hall 5, at the bottom, there's a where that corridor suddenly exists like naturally because people move through it in that kind of fashion. There's a door that leads to the outside, and if you go to that, you can go to the Galleria like that instead of going all the way around. So that is what sometimes people also do, but not you don't see a lot of people doing that because sometimes the door will just close and people don't know that you can go through there. Yeah, I hope they still open that part up for the outside. You see a lot of people also like lunching and doing eating their lunch and stuff like that, getting some air. Okay, let's go. Ice. Um, I saw it once on the table. I'm not gonna pay 200 for it. No way. If this is just for you guys, I put them on like because it looks amazing. You have to dig to these ice things, get resources. There are different layers of ice, and then I think you flip the tile and it gives you some research that you find below it. It's a nice insert, by the way. I know there was an improved version of ice, so oh, this really look like ice cubes. Yeah, it's yeah. Now I have a little bit more noise, but I hope it's not that distracting. So Imperial Miners, Aztecs, and Weirdlings. This is present to Imperial Miners. Um, I have Imperial Miners. I'm not sure if I want to buy this one. It doesn't get to the table that often. It's 10 rounds, but I really wish it was like 12. If you could like decide the rounds to make it a longer game, you can still do that. It's not an official rule. But you are trying to make. You have your own player board, and you're gonna put some cards in below, paying for the cost. Usually the first level is not that deep of your mind, so usually they are for free, and then you have to pay for the other levels. Um, these will add, I think, more cards. I see here some poker chips that does stuff, and you'll get two factions, Aztecs and Weirdlings. Why are they called Weirdlings? This is Thunderlings. This is the German version. Let me see if I can get more pictures. So here the cards, and then you go try to align these cards, uh, or a full card, or if it's a half card, and some cards will say you can fill in a half card with these little tiny cards, meeple thingies, which is and they do stuff. So the thing is, as soon as you build one, you're gonna go from the bottom one to the top. So you try to make a line of one continuous cards, which maybe the cards that you put are always aligned to two cards, so it could either left or right, and then you're gonna activate them from the bottom to the top in a route that you want and is legal. So yeah. Maybe this will fix a few of the things of the game, so it was a little bit short because the lower level will also give you a lot of these gems. The thing is, the most gems wins, and the gems have different nominations of points. I think the green gems are like 5. There's 2. There's 1. And I think there's maybe a 10 one. So yeah, no, there's three different types of gems. There's 1, 5, and 10. I think that's it. So yeah, that's Imperial Miners, Aztecs, and Weirdlings. I have Marie Curie in this footsteps. No, is that in the footsteps? Yep, in the footsteps of Marie Curie. A lighter kind of game, family game from Sorry We Are French. They usually make good games. Iki is a game that I love. It's such a good game. It's one of my favorite games. Uh, so I like the mechanism of that, a rondel that you're gonna fill up with stores or something like that. Marie Curie is something different. So you have to conduct experiments, improve your workshop, and complete Marie Curie's research before the other players. Research management, and you can transform stuff into other stuff. with a river and contracts. And there's also like this tower. Um, so this is how it looks like. And you have this tower you put cubes through, and you go through this timeline, which is her like uh, life. Yeah, I think you're going through her life. I was gonna say lifeline. I don't know if that's the correct word. Um, yeah, the cars look nice. And every part that you go to the timeline, different things you can do. This looks like some end game scoring. So yeah, that and then you can the cubes are different uh, resources. So that is in the footsteps of Marie Curie. Intent to Kill looks nice from Hobby World. Oh, this one is in Hall 4. Not looking at all the halls, but so the thing is, uh, Detective Thriller Noir. You find yourself in the middle of a police investigation. You take the role of a notorious serial killer, while the others shall become an experienced detective following the tracks of a criminal. Um, the murder has to plan every step while hiding their motive. The detective has to collect evidence and question witnesses, but not all of them are truthful. So new murders committed each round. The detective can move around the blocks and question civilians that might have useful information. I think maybe okay. So use your actions and abilities effectively. Detective has to find a murder among victim civilians and determine their motive by analyzing the murders. Okay, so I think I like this picture. It's like on fire. Uh, I think you have to. I think the murder will have a certain amount of rules. That's what I guess, and those are like his motives. So maybe we'll just kill only people with black hair, and there's a reason for it and stuff like that. So the thing is and black with jewelry, for example. So you see jewelry here. There's no jewelry here. So I think that is kind of like what you're going after, and then it's also on this board. There was this board. So yeah, and also people I think move around from like district to district. So I'm actually curious about this one. Um, Next is Ito, and Ito, a friend of mine is getting this one. So uh, I don't need to look at it that much, but so cooperative game where you and your friends will each get your own secret number. I think you do it in teams. It's 2 to 8, so I think you can do 3 teams. And you have to try to put it in order as a group based on the clues given related to the chosen theme. Each player gets a secret number card that can have a value between 1 and 100. Remember, it's a secret, so of course the other players can't tell you directly what number they have, and neither can you. Uh, so you're hearing theme-based clues. Do you and your friends see eye to eye in how you view the world? So yeah, it's these kind of cards. I don't know if these are the cards or these are the cards. Of one is the front and one is the cover, the back. I mean, um, so things you want to take a picture of. One is do not want, and 100 is want to. Um, yeah, it looks a little bit like wavelength. So then you say, for example, uh, take a picture of my dog, and everybody knows that I love my dog. I would be closer to 100 maybe. So yeah, I think you have to play the card, but I am not sure. Maybe it's the one who's closest the the cards, because both me and the other player will have a card, so you want to be as close as possible. I think the person trying to guess it will have more cards. Yeah. That's Ido. Then we have Kavango. Kavango looks, it's like it's a tableau nature game. Uh, Not very big fan of the cover because it's like it feels like these are being glued on a picture of just where no animal should be, and not all these animals would be like in this configuration. I would have more like a, I don't know, I would have it differently. Uh, so the thing is, there's the insert. Is there? I know there's like a tableau where you put these animals. I don't really like the. They say that sometimes like Euro games are very beige, um, but this one like the animals are very. They have like a. I feel like they have a color filter on it. Some of them have them like color that pop off, but then the rest is not that colorful. So not really sure about this game. It looks like one of those old newspapers clippings. Uh, and then we have the meeples here. They're quite colorful. Yeah, this is maybe doing setup. Oh, so yeah. So that is Kavango. Yep. So we're going to chronologic. Oh, I'm already an hour in. I try to do as fast as possible. Oh, we have a lot to talk about. Oh, that's a lot. Uh, I think I'm just gonna. Chronologic is a game about deduction. You have these cards that are. You try to deduce information from cards, but you only get certain information because you put a card behind it, and this will give you that information. But you have like another card that will give you different information because the holes are at different spots. So you try to deduce like maybe some murder or something. Uh, that's a mystery or the stuff. There, I think there are three mysteries in there. You have these boxes. Um, so it's not really replayable, but you have three mysteries. So yeah, Kyoto no Neko is from Madigo. We have you're this two players are kittens who explore modern day city of Kyoto. Um, you have the system of skills. You have to interact with the inhabitants, both animal and humans. Uh, Explore the map. And it looks very cute, by the way. Look how cute this looks. You have this cat. You have some other cats as well. This is the map. Uh, yeah, it looks really nice. I don't know if you get these little guys in it. You have these boxes to hold stuff, I guess. And that is Kyoto no Neko. Uh, let's go to Japan. It's a game about traveling to Japan and I think collecting stuff. 13 rounds. You draw activity cards, and you have to base them succinctly in different days of the week. So it's a week planner. So yeah, he has to put them in certain spots of the week, and they score in different ways. Uh, yeah. So take a cooking class. Looks sorry. It looks very colorful and nice. Let me see if there's a big board. Oh no, not really. From AG. Well, that's one. Nah, you're gonna ignore. We have Middle Ages. It's a game of maybe I'll just go 15 minutes and very fast. You get those tiles. It's a bit like uh, King Domino, where you draft the tiles, you put your meatball on tiles, get the tiles, and then maybe you will be first or maybe later in the next round to pick a tile. And then you have these things that will give you more. For example, if you have more of there was one that gave you money. I think this one. If you have two of these, for example, you will get a lot of money. I think this one. This one has is money for every of these guys here. If you have guys here in these spots, you will get money here for the not particularly for the purple. I think only the purple has. There's also here. So they all interact with each other, and you try to get those tiles. I heard there's also some mean tiles will can steal your money from other players. Um, Nebula is a thing that you have to stargaze. You put these boards, you take something out of the bag, and you try to make these star systems that you have here. Now put these gems out, and maybe you want to put them in certain. I don't know if the color matters, but yeah, that's a very abstract game. Neko Syndicate is a game that is from Danny Garcia, about from of all people. You're trying to, yeah, you're these uh, syndicate cats, and you're trying to do a illegal sushi distribution, I guess. And then you're gonna put these styles like this, and then you're gonna, I think, activate them in a certain order, like from descending up. But it will. I think there's a market here, so you have these these cool looking syndicate meeples. So Nikojima, a friend of mine has it. I'll just put it here because I was interested in getting it, but he has it. I'll just move on to other stuff. Neon is just a battler. You battle against other people in a kind of an arena. So here you have the arena. You have these miniatures. It's like a. I really like the cover though. That's how it looks like. You have like maybe different powers. So yeah, they move around the board and I I had tried to attack each other. One that was actually announced today is a reprint of Nexus Up. That was I knew it was coming, but they're gonna sell it there, so that piqued my interest. Next up, you have like these dudes on the map. You have high ground, low ground. Uh, uh, Now this version has glowing miniatures. I don't know if the other one had. So here you see, and you have these different missions that you can have to do. Yeah, this is the older one. I think this is even older because I have not played this one. Yeah, so it's a battle game. I think I played this one from Avalon Hill. Hmm. So I made these things for foam because maybe there was not a good insert in the box. Nightmare Sushi. It's about uh, you assume the role of sushi enthusiast who fell asleep and entered a strange dreamland where they get to eat sushi. I think you're playing these cards. Look like a bit of a Sushi Go vibe. You have these Hirami flounder, tomago egg. Oh, there's Spitz, this the special chef. Looks very colorful. Then you have Nocturne. It wasn't on my radar first because it's from the Lookout games. No, Flat Out games. Sorry, Flat Out games. And it's from Best Sobel, the artist. She didn't design the game; she just did the art. But I found it a little bit lacklustering. Maybe it plays amazing. Okay, you have these art, but there's not much art on the boards and cards and stuff like the animals. Like even on the cover is like mostly the fox, and he's just by his lonesome. So you have to get mushrooms and forage through the forest, and I think make potions with mushrooms, I guess, or make stuff. So yeah, that's Nocturne. Going through the list a bit quicker. Now I'm just gonna pick. Oh My Pigeons is a fun game if you like like these party games. There's 2 to 5 players, and you have these benches where you put pigeons. You have these pigeons minions. You start with a few, and then you gotta draw cards. I think you will start with a few in your hand. You play a card, and then you draw a card. And the cards do different stuff. It's like, hey, steal a pigeon from a bench of your choice. Maybe I'll steal from him. And then the other next player can say like, "Hey, I'm gonna steal now from you," or put a few of these pigeons back to the supply. Uh, and you also have this dice, or roll the dice, and the dice do certain stuff. What pigeons like to do is like to be on a park bench. So as soon as you fill your whole park bench, you win. And sometimes the dice, you have to flick the dice. You have to put it on the sides of the bench, and then flick it to another bench. And all the pigeons that get toppled over, they. I think I'm gonna buy this one. I know some I like. Maybe I should put it on my other list. This is just fun. And just a silly game. So yeah, um, yeah. That's all my pigeons. Uh, a few of them already came out. I heard Pompero's out. Uh, Resurgence is now out from Portal. Portal picked it up. I don't think there's like any difference. Maybe small difference. Rebirth is the new Reiner Knizia game that you have to put tiles out. Just take a quick look at that one. Uh, the tile laying game from Knizia. Uh, uh, this is like the board. At some point, you have these hexes where you put stuff, and sometimes you can put these castles. They give different resources. And these looks actually nice to build a tower. So you're gonna build these towers as well. Um, okay, Phoenix. Let's look at that one. I pre-ordered this one, but I cannot find my pre-order. Uh, I'm not sure I'm gonna pick it up. You have these this. Oh, where's the board? Where's the board? Oh, wait. So these here you have your player boards. By the way, you can unlock uh, uh, these mines and these power plants or something, and you're gonna put them on the main board, unlocking these things as well, unlock some other workers, and you are going to. So these are where you put them. If you put them besides 2 spaces, you can get these bonus in between the areas. But there's also like your own player board. Can I find it? Or did I just skip it? Oh, no. Let's just check. Hmm. Also, this is one of your player boards, so you have to unlock these things by paying uh, like gasoline, paying oil, and then you can like combo things. But first putting it here and then putting it there, and then instead of putting it there, I can put it now there. So that's a basic small overview of that game. Uh, River of Gold was actually a game that suddenly came out of nowhere. This is how the box looks like. A lot of things are in the same box. You have this. It's in the Legend of the Five Rings universe. Don't know much about it, but you have these. So you have these boats that go from. You can move them depending on. I think on cards maybe that you use or. But the thing is, you want to build along the river and then also score points and have other people visit those places. But if you visit certain spaces, you go up on these tracks. So this yellow is connected to this yellow track. Um, and you get some benefits. Also, the person that is higher will get points. And that is River of Gold. Um, I just want to talk about very quickly about. Uh, Sankari was actually added. Was Sankari added today? Yeah, Sankari was added today. That I was talking about a game, and maybe I said it was today, but then maybe I think it was yesterday. Um, the guy has a very nice insert. So we have this insert here, and the thing is, look at this colorful board. I'm not sure what you're doing, but it caught my attention. Fabio Lupiano is the designer. SETI, a lot of people talked about it. Exploration, sending signals to space, waiting for signals. So you have a delayed effect. When you get the signals, you get benefits. It has this rondel of planets that keep rotating. Um, I know people are like, why isn't this high on your list? It's like, I don't know, still don't know. I got burned by Deal with the Devil, and Kudnahora didn't reel me in last year, so I hope they can get me to new heights. uh, yeah. Shackleton Base is a game that I'm actually interested in for one thing. Is like you are. The thing is, you're working for a corporate for one or more corporations. But I'm not sure what the deal is. The thing is, you can choose three corporations, and those are what you're working for, I guess. But I think there are like five or there's seven different corporations. I can't remember. And they also changed how the game scores and stuff like that. So they changed the game dramatically. So it's not like, oh, these will they can give you like benefits that other corporations don't have, and you're trying to you're in second base. You have this crater, so it's you see it's on the moon, and you want to examine it and extract stuff from it, and build buildings in it. So yeah, so that is Shackleton Base. Hmm. So Shackleton Base. I'm just gonna talk about Spark is building robots. Not much about it. Mm, getting tired. Don't mind me. So the thing is, yeah, building these robots. Uh, and you have an animal companion. Oh, that's why they're animals. Now I get it. And you're building these robots. It's, from the people that are behind Sagrada and Revive. Um, you have Stevens. It's about Portugal in 1755. A big earthquake. And they're rebuilding the nation, and you're trying to make come back to your glassworking stuff. Um, so yeah, you're working for Stevens, and you want to reel in the most contracts and points and stuff like that. So and the more points you win. So this looks quite nice. Hmm. I tried to make these. I really like the front, so I tried to make these glass things. You see here I have fog, glade, uh, live over returning artifacts. Mandalorian Adventure is one of those adventure books that's cooperative. I heard great things about it. I can just show you a few pictures. So those are the heroes. It's about the first season, by the way, of The Mandalorian. White Castle Matcha will give you an extra action to do each turn, which is quite big on a game that doesn't have many turns. Um, and the two that I want to highlight as well is Under Our Sun. I will take a look at their booth because it's the first game that they are publishing. It's from uh, Tabletopper Games. So it's basically a semi-cooperative game about a post-apocalyptic world where life is at the mercy of the sun. 1 to 4, 6 with expansions. Players embark on an adventure. So you can explore, craft, and survive. It gives me a Dead of Winter vibe, and I have Dead of Winter. I think it's a fabulous game. So the thing is, you have this board, and you're gonna walk through it, and you can craft items. You can go to these places, and that is Under Our Sun. The last one I want to talk about before I take a rest and just try to get my stuff ready for Essen is Warp and Weft. That's where I'm gonna buy this one, but it's a nice little, it's a nice little game. I think a lot of people enjoy this one. The thing is, you have these scoring cards, but you have to back with these shoelaces. And you're like, you say, am I hearing that correctly? Shoelaces? Yes, I said shoelaces. So shoelaces. So this is a different version, different language. Warp and Weft. Yep. So you have these things. You have to get these two shoelaces. So, example, here you score points if you have two browns and a pink in between them, but one has to be on the top and one has to be on the bottom. One of the parts. Yeah. So and then you get points. So it looks really nice. So you can have like an end product like this. Looks colorful, right? So yeah. So that is Warp and Weft. I'll be leaving at 6 in the morning on Thursday, and I still hope that I am ready to go at that time. And I am so excited. I can't wait to get everything ready to go. Oh my god, I'm glad someone is getting Daitoshi for me. So thank you very much. That I hope that person is watching, and because actually I want to run for 2 games. I really want Daitoshi. If I have a top 3 that I really want, then I'm going like, hey, these are really the 3 games that I really want. And I can only run for 3 of them. I could split into 2 others. That would be Daitoshi, Babylon. Oh, by the way, mm, let's check my other games. Because the thing is, I haven't done this Edge, but for the other game, because I pre-ordered this one. If I couldn't pre-order, I have to run for it. Maybe Explosive Navoria, because Explosive Navoria, I don't know if I talked about it, by the way. Um, yeah, before I go, let's just check it out. I think I will buy this one because it's a light game and the expansion makes it a gaming game. So now I'm curious. So you have these boards. You're gonna draft these cards and you're gonna draft them depending on the color of these uh, things that are in the bag, these wooden tokens. So if I take a green one, I can take a green card. And all of them are different. So the green is like resources, some of are endgame points, some are abilities and points. And you're also gonna put stuff here on the board. Uh, and you go up tracks on the board. And it looks really nice. Look at the cuteness of the cards. He's running a lamp. I think this is like. I already have some more heavy games. I already have like. At least not having them yet in my hand. But Andromeda's Edge is going to be a heavy one. So I like these games that I can also expand with the expansions to make it a more gamers game. So. I feel like to I like it. So yeah. So that is just an honorable mention. Explosive Navoria and then Explosive Navoria Forgotten Lands. I took out, by the way, Inferno. Just because I have like a balance of other games. Um, it's still on my list, but not on this list. So that is the change that I made. And the thing is, the same price for Navoria, Explosion Navoria Forgotten Lands is what I get from that game. And I have a feeling that I also want to try to get games that are a little bit different and maybe harder to get. I have a feeling because this was a game that got picked up because from like 5 years ago, 4 or 3, something like that, and it was already out, and then they reprinted it. And it's still new for Essen, so I hope to get this one. So if I could run for 3 games, would be Explosion of Navoria with the expansion, uh, Babylon, and Daitoshi. And I'm glad that someone's getting that touch from me. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It's gonna be great Essence. So yeah, because Navoria is also I can actually get Navoria and Babylon because it's on Hall 3, S2 and 11, and then you have Hall 3, H5 and 11. Yeah, so I'm just ranting. Thank you guys for watching again. This is gonna be my last video. I will try to film some stuff, and then when I get back, maybe try a little bit of editing, and maybe I'll do some shorts on YouTube about the games. And yeah, uh, see you soon. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. If you go to Essen, if you see me, you want to say hello. Uh, I'm up for a little chat. If I'm walking, just walk with me. And I hope to get in contact with some publishers. So I know my channel is extremely small. If you're a publisher and you see me, and I really want to do I have to start doing some reviews. I want to do reviews. Hit me up at Essen. I will also ask for, especially the smaller publishers, if what they can do for me and what I can do for them, and flourish this channel and make a community. Uh, so I hope that will also get some footing along the way. So yeah, I will see you after Essen, during Essen, before Essen. There's gonna be Essen all over the board. After that, I have a meetup on not this Saturday because it will still be at Essen, but the other Saturday next week, and it's gonna be Halloween themed. So, what am I going as? Maybe I should have not said anything because last year I didn't go as anything. I just put a mask on. I don't know what I'm going as. So yeah, okay. Bye for now. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next one. Bye.